Welcome to My Conversation, a presentation of KAIL-TV My Central Valley. Your host today is Austin Reed. So let's get My Conversation started.
And happy Thursday morning. Hello, welcome to My Conversation. I'm Austin Reed. Thank you so much for joining us. My Conversation weekdays from 10 to 10:30 a.m. right here on KAIL after Access Hollywood Live. Hope your week is cruising on by. It's the final week of February, and we have another awesome show for you today. In just a bit, we're going to talk photography with a local photographer, Michael J. Costa. Also ahead, I'm going to introduce you to Gene Lytle from RGL Media Group. He's here to introduce to you a new health bracelet. And last but not least, we're talking music with Dave Crosby from Dancework DJs. Also later in the show, details on how to win free tickets to an upcoming event this weekend at Cafe Via, a comedy show. So stick around, my studio audience. Let's get this conversation started. Give it up for Michael J. Costa from Michael J. Costa Photography. All right, good morning. How are you?
Well, good morning. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Austin?
Very good. Thanks for starting the show off with us.
Absolutely.
How's your week going so far?
It's been a beautiful week. You know, rainstorms coming through.
Well, we saw a little bit of sun,
Yeah,
too.
we saw a little bit of sun come through. You know, we get a little change of environment that I think people need every now and then.
Now, you live in Oakhurst, right?
I do live in Oakhurst.
Okay. Beautiful area.
It's wonderful. It's right there in the hub, you know, right there on the south gate, going all the way, 20-minute drive takes me to the south gate of Yosemite. Another hour, I'm right there in the valley. Plus I got, Bass Lake around me. So there's so many wonderful, areas. Well, and hey, not too far, you're right here in Fresno, another 45-minute drive, so.
So Michael J. Costa Photography, that's
Yes.
the name of your business. How long have you been a photographer here in Central Cali?
I've been doing freelance work within the last 7 years, and my work, I'm originally from the Central Valley, born and raised here in the area. My travels have taken me education-wise I worked in Yosemite, then I went to the Bay Area, San Francisco, and finished my college studies where I majored in photojournalism and studied a little documentary and got really interested in videography and photojournalism.
Very good, very good. And then you just decided, you know what, I want to do this on my own.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but you push and you become very persistent and you continue to create, whether you're creating for wedding, photography, or whether you have an opportunity to go to Vietnam or Nepal, it's about creating that portfolio that really shows the range of work that you are good at.
So do you like capturing memories and changing people's lives with pictures?
Absolutely, and it's a combination of two things. I'm interacting with them, they're interacting with me, so there has to be this energy that mixes well between us. So that really makes the magic happen.
Okay, so do you specifically focus on weddings? Is that kind of your MO?
It is kind of my bread and butter, Wedding photography has been great because I live in Oakhurst. I'm right there by that destination, wedding venue, right there, Yosemite. Everyone likes that area. Bass Lake is also becoming a very popular venue for weddings right now. And so that kind of allows me to, put some money away and travel to Nepal. I went there this last year.
You were telling me that before the show. You have traveled around the world taking pictures.
Well, I have, and I've had the opportunity in the last 5 years. First, it began in small workshops in Vietnam, and then I had an opportunity to go to Italy. And then this last Nepal trip, I climbed to the first base camp. And I went with a group of 5 people. It was kind of structured around the earthquakes, about a year after the earthquakes. We wanted to walk through the villages. And I thought, wow, what a great opportunity. And I felt safe. And I felt like, flying to this country would be a good opportunity for me to push that envelope and create a little bit more. You know,
I haven't met very many photographers with a journalism background and that studied journalism.
Right.
I feel like that makes you unique because with pictures, you're telling a story.
Absolutely, and you hit the key right there. It is all about telling a story. Everybody in this room has a story. You just engage with them. You get them to trust you. You walk a few extra miles with them. You know, I had coffee with complete strangers in Nepal. You know, when I was in Italy, you know, I walked through the villages, you know, trying different pastries, but really watched what the locals do and really engaged in their little microclimate.
What are some of the, what's the equipment that you use? What makes you unique with your cameras?
For me, I use a Canon 5D Mark III. You know, I'm carrying around 2 or 3 lenses with me all the time so that I can, you know, change out when I need to, kind of walk into that scene. You know, I use natural lighting. I don't feel like I need anything more than that. You know, my teachers always taught me that when you capture that image in camera, you have so much less work to do.
Yeah.
Which I, being, part-time, freelance, and you have to support yourself, it's a lot of work.
But
It's a lot of juggling.
There's also filters.
There are filters. There are filters, yes, and there's, Lightroom, and there's Photoshop, there's other avenues. And,
But you want to make it as real as possible. For
absolutely, yeah, I do. I try to make that experience very real.
All right, so if somebody's watching today, they've got a wedding coming up, are you looking for new business?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always looking, I do small venues of weddings, I do large venues. You can get a hold of me at michaeljcosta.com.
Perfect. And what's your phone number?
My phone number is 559-799-9632.
Next time when you come back on My Conversation, I'd love to see some of the pictures, and we'll go into more detail.
Yeah,
okay?
definitely. I'm going back to Nepal actually in 2 months.
Oh.
I raised about $1,000 to take with me to this refugee camp, and I'm going to donate the money. So, I had an exhibition last year to raise awareness, and I'm hoping that this kind of goes in the same direction.
All right, so in 3 months, we'll see you, and we can show the pictures.
I would love to. I'll try to do a little bit of video for you too.
There you go. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Michael J.
Great.
Costa, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Good
thank
to
you.
meet you. Thanks
Nice
for
to
coming
meet
in.
you.
Give him a round of applause. Michael J.
Thank you.
Costa, local photographer in Oakhurst, California. All right, you're watching My Conversation. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Stick around.